Day after announcing their 53-man roster, the Seattle Seahawks announced their 17-man practice squad roster today. All right, Patrick O'Connell's back. And we saw Damian Martinez. I'll try to get a whole list of who's... So the practice squad players are here today. Happy returns to them, obviously. Walker and Oli Timmy returns to practice. There you go.
Josh? No, it was one of us. One time I moved, I ran the wrong way. Well, I ran.
What are you doing?
Everyone can't be a cheater like this, you know?
Two whites out there. Right is back as a practice squad player. He's 31. Okay, Walker doing some stretching.
We always feel like, like we're talking to surgeons or doctors after I'm sure you guys feel that way talking to us, right? You're like, yeah, everything was great, it was phenomenal surgery, right? You always feel great about it. I guess I think we're all excited about the players. I think we're all excited about the development of the players as well. Watching the education, the clarity, the teaching that's going on the field, and the intensity. I think that's what stands out, and to watch these guys improve week by week, some of them day to day, quite honestly. So yeah, and watching them have some setbacks and then respond to them. So every year too, you're always trying to improve your process, and so I think with Mike coming in last year, Baltimore has a great personnel staff. Starting with Ozzie years ago, and then Eric DeCosta. So they have a really good process there. So he's used to a specific process. He had to get used to it last year. but I think there was a pretty strong level of trust with Mike. And this year was more, I would say, with the defensive staff was clean, and then the offensive staff is coached, in the league for a number of years as well. So being able to get with those guys and having that experience that they have really helped. And so we're just really excited. We're really proud of how smooth it was and the interaction that we could have. Cruising in and out of each other's offices. And, the no walls experience was great, especially over the last 3 days, because these guys are they're game planning. The coaches, they're game planning to get ready for San Francisco. They get extremely attached, which they should, to the guys that they've been coaching, the 90 guys, and then all of a sudden, the next day there's 53, and then now we're back to 70, and guys are in and out. We're asking about guys and other teams. We're asking to evaluate other guys from other teams if they like them, and if they want to work with them, and what they've heard, and work in their relationships. And so they're extremely busy, but we just really love the pliability and the communication that was going on. Again, it comes back to the developers, the teachers. There's an attitude they can have in this scheme when they can come off the ball and feel confident about themselves. I think they're spending a lot of time together. I think you've seen a lot of growth within the group. There's camaraderie that's starting to come together too. That's the whole team, not just the offensive line, but that group's kind of a group you'd like to see kind of spend a lot of time together. Because they have to work as one. So we like it. We're like every other position. We're going to keep trying to work it. We're looking at practice squads, looking at tryout guys, trades, whatever we have to do. We continue to work that position. But this group in particular that's here right now is they're doing a really nice job.
So there you go, some B-roll, and then you heard a couple clips from General Manager John Schneider, just really talking about the process and to get here, and it takes a lot of people, obviously. That's what Schneider's talking about. And it's not just general manager speak, if you will. There is a unity about this front office, about the building, if you will, and that is resonating with the player and the kind of players that the team signed. And you also saw that who the players were. The other announcement was Shaquille Griffin, the feel-good story one day. He was waived today to make room for former Rams cornerback Deion Kendrick, and his lone interception was against the Seahawks, Geno Smith. And so, but John Schneider did say, hey, look, Griffin will be around, so look for them to bring him back if somebody else doesn't pick him up. So let me just go over, I'm going to read to you really the practice squad rules, because we've been talking about them. So what do they mean? So according to the NFL, every team is allowed 17 players, obviously consisting of 10 rookies or second-year players, up to 6 veteran players with more experience, and one international pathway program player. Teams can elevate 2 players from the practice squad for each game, but a player can only be elevated 3 times before needing to be signed to the 53-man active roster. So, people like Damian Martinez and Jacoby Wright, all have a chance. Again, I think it's important to note you can be called up twice. And then after that, you have to be put on the active man roster. So that's why it was important to see who do they bring up, the Seattle Seahawks, and now we'll keep account on, hey, that's his second and whatnot. And so really the Seahawks now will turn their attention to San Francisco 49ers. Mike McDonald will speak tomorrow. Then, as I said, they'll get a couple of days off, but it is fall here. And from the VMAC in Renton, I'm Alex Wiedemeyer for the Cascadia Sports.net report.